Today I'm excited to share my review of the Epomaker P75, the 75% mechanical keyboard that comes in under $100. If you're looking for a budget-friendly pre-assembled board with an aluminium build, this one might just be what you're after. I'll be diving into its design, features and overall typing experience to help you figure out if it's worth adding to your setup. Before we begin, I want to let you know that this video is sponsored by Epomaker, who provided the P75 free of charge for the purpose of this review. However, rest assured all opinions you hear today are completely my own and unbiased. Alright, let's take a look at the unboxing before we go any further. So the P75 comes in one of these hard cardboard cases where the lid lifts off. I love this kind of packaging. In the box you get a user manual, followed by the board itself and a plastic sleeve. For accessories you get a braided USB-A to USB-C cable, dual keycap and switch puller, white keycaps to replace the accent ones, spare switches, and an Allen key. Okay, I'm going to go over some of the main specs and features before we get into my own thoughts and opinions. The P75 comes in at $100 on epomaker.com. It features a 75% layout with 81 keys and a knob. It's equipped with tri-mode connectivity, meaning you can connect via Bluetooth, 2.4 GHz wireless or wired USB-C. It's also got a 4000 mAh battery. With the main specs and features out of the way, let's start by taking a surface level look at this keyboard. So right off the bat, I think it's a really clean and professional design with a sleek, sharp look. I really like it. I might even go as far as to say that it might be my favourite Epomaker keyboard so far. It's available in this silver theme or a black pink. So it's got an exploded ANSI 75% layout with a metal knob which is the same finish as the board. I like that consistency. The board really feels at home in a white setup like mine. With the accent keycap swapped out, weirdly it feels like it transforms the aesthetic of the board. I love it even more now. I like both, but I'm going to keep the all white look going forward. I can confidently say as well that the board feels as good as it looks. It's got a full aluminium case with a smooth anodized finish. It feels really nice and has a good weight. To type on, it's got a gasket mount so it's decently soft and bouncy. The underside is kept really nice and minimal. You get a rubber case foot in each corner followed by an Epomaker logo machined into the case. It's got this cool wedge shape which provides a 6-degree typing angle. On the edges, yeah, they're kept completely clean. Connectivity zone is on the wedge portion off to the left. You get a magnetic 2.4 GHz receiver slot, connection mode toggle and the USB-C port. So back up top, it's kind of all the standard stuff up here. As mentioned, you're getting a 75% exploded layout with the delete key in the F13 spot. Moving on to the keycaps, they're double shot PBT in the cherry profile. They've got really nice crisp legends and they're the exact same colour as the accent keycaps. The theme is elegantly nice and simple, nothing crazy going on here. I really enjoy it. A layer deeper for switches, the P75 comes with Epomaker's own zebra switches, but there are a couple of more options available. The zebra switches are a prelude 5-pin linear requiring an operating force of about 40 grams. I have to say they're really smooth and there's actually no scratchiness at all. In terms of the sound profile of this keyboard, if I had to say, I would say it's kind of a creamy talk. At the same time, it's kind of like a crisp, crunchy sound. It's hard to describe. The P75 comes with well-tuned stabilizers. I didn't hear any tick or rattle. I will say the spacebar is a little bit louder than the rest of them, but that's usually the case. Moving on, the P75 comes with a 4000 mAh battery, which I deem to be a good capacity. It also comes with full per-key RGB. I do have to say though that the diffusion isn't the best I've ever seen. For the gamers watching, the board comes with a 1000 Hz polling rate in both wired and 2.4 GHz mode, although it significantly drops to 125 Hz in Bluetooth mode. And you're also getting N-key rollover. Moving on to software, unfortunately there's no QMK or VIA support here. The P75 actually comes with support for Epomaker's new web-based tool, which is new to me. It's got a much more modern feel. It's kind of utility-esque, if you're familiar with that. It's really nice to see Epomaker are listening to the community feedback here. It's got all the usual functions really. You can remap your keys, set up macros, and change your lighting effects. Okay, I'm going to perform a teardown to showcase the internal structure of the P75. So it's got 6 screws on the back for this assembly. The board comes with a non-flex cut polycarbonate plate with plate mounted stabilizers. Moving down, you're getting a 5-pin hot swappable PCB with south-facing RGB LEDs. It's got a 1.2mm thickness and screw-in stabilizer support. You're getting the usual 5 layers of sound dampening foams included as well. Overall, the board came with pretty nice internals, but it's kind of standard these days. Okay, as always, it's time to play the sound test before I leave you with my closing remarks and recommendations. After putting the Epomaker P75 through its paces, I'm thoroughly impressed by what it brings to the table for under $100. From the moment I swapped out the accent keycaps for the all-white look, the board transformed into something even more visually appealing, proving that a few small changes can make a big difference in aesthetic. It's a really solid performer in terms of both form and function. The full aluminium case feels premium, and the zebra switches provide a smooth, satisfying typing experience. The gasket mount also gives a decent amount of bounce, making long typing or gaming sessions nice and comfortable. On the downside, I have just a few small nitpicks. While the RGB lighting is nice, the diffusion could be a bit better for those who want vibrant lighting effects. And the lack of QMK support might be a drawback for those who prioritise deep customization, but like I said, minor nitpicks. Still, when you consider the build quality, features and price, the Epomaker P75 is an easy recommendation if you're in the market for a 75% aluminium pre-built keyboard ready to go. That concludes this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, consider dropping a like and subscribe because your support is greatly appreciated and it's free to do. Another huge thanks to the people over at Epomaker for making this video possible.